route, I will go ahead and... Uh-oh, did someone roll already? No. This is gonna... yeah. Depending on how it goes, because although the Valdor ship is in worse condition than yours, it's still bigger. And knowing what they know, because they know what you know, essentially. They know they're entertaining. They know that they're fighting you. They know that whoever wins gets the mission and the prospect for promotion. Like, they know everything you know. They know what you know about them as far as species and who's in charge. They know about you. So, if they decide to do, to go a certain... By the way, does your ship have the Untouchable Devastator? That's what it's called. Does it have a cloaking device? I'll just look.
Yes.
Hold on, let me look
yes.
I think we do.
Yes,
yeah.
you do.
The main reason why we actually got it was because decided to get it was because of the cloaking device. It was a bit better than.
Yep. So I just didn't put it in the character sheet, which I am doing now. You have fast targeting systems and redundant system as well. I will go ahead and also add the weapons, because you weren't going to need it before, but now you do. Let's see, disruptor cannons, it's weapon, no, it's security, so it's going to be 5. And quality is vicious, I believe. Ooh, excuse me, I believe. Viscous. I love when people can't spell. Alright, photon torpedoes. So, let's see, 3. Alright, photon torpedoes have high yield. Photon torpedoes. High yield. And they only have 3. And you have a tractor beam, which is always useful. Pretty sure that doesn't have any. Oh, it has strength of 2, so you take down 2 stress every time you lock on, or you roll 2 dice, I should say. Alright, that should be it. Wait a minute, what I have here doesn't match what I have on my character sheet. Oh well, it's already done. 3 con is, let's see, 2 1 3. So the on my character sheet that I made for the ship, it says the science is 2 and the con is 4, but on the character sheet here on Roll20 it says the con is 3 and the science is 3. Do you want to increase the con to 4 and lower the science to 2, or do you want to keep both of them 3?
Keep both of them 3.
Okay, yeah, in case you have to scan, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. Weapons is good. Engines good. Structure good. Computers good. Sensors good. Okay, everything else is the same. I don't know why that was changed. Alright. Oh yeah, I've got to make the actual Valdor. TIS. Actually, yeah. Daemon Elite. Yeah, like I said, because we had so many games and I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do what I usually do and have it ready in time. But
no worries, things happen.
Done.
I think happen.
Soon. If I can find a damn Valdor token. That's a good one. Alright. Oh, actually. I want one that looks slightly damaged, although I don't know if... it's good enough. Alright. Alright, so you should be able to see it. Alright, let's see what else. I think that's it for now. Anyway, alright, so if you guys are dead set on that, then I will start you off. So your dictates, which are basically the infamous allegiance version of directives, travel to the Breen colony, Vrith, to convince, quote unquote, them to rejoin the Breen Confederacy and the infamous allegiance, or else, quote unquote. However, you're not doing that just yet. Ensure the loyalty and skill of your crew. So one of the dictates from your commandant is to make sure that everybody on your crew not only knows what they're doing, but is also loyal to you. And if you detect anything out of the ordinary, that should be brought to the attention of your superiors. However, if you wish to airlock someone for a good reason, you may do that too. And then the third dictate is, en route to Vrith, you are to challenge the infamous ship Daemon Elite and broadcast you destroying them for all of the infamous allegiance to see as entertainment. The catch is they must respect the chain of command, and the CO of the other ship is a higher rank. And like I said before, the only time a lower ranked person may do anything to a higher rank is if they commit treason or something similar. You have been already at warp for about a week, heading towards the colony, Vrith. And so where?
Which
where
one?
Go ahead.
Which one's our engineer?
Your engineer.
This one
You have two engineers. One of them is Madeline Vote, Vote, which I believe is your only human, which is this one, I think. And your other engineer is... I'll have to look that up. Give me 1 second. I unfortunately didn't have time to make a list. I still have them circled. So give me a second as I go back looking for them. Oh yeah, Sapar, the Torellian sick man. So why do you have a question for your engineer?
He's gonna run over to the human because he knows they're a safer option to go up to.
Oh, you guys are fine. You guys aren't gonna get sick because you guys have been inoculated. So anybody else who's not your crew would get sick. So, but yeah, you're fine. Why do you have a question for your engineer?
How close are we to the other ship?
You asking your engineer that?
Yeah.
She taps the console and looks up and says, about 30 minutes away. They're on an intercept course, heading in the same direction we are from a different angle.
We hacked their computers.
At this distance, we'd have to wait probably about 15 minutes before we're close enough to hack their computers, sir.
Okay. Can you do it in 15 minutes? And he's gonna say, and the Trillion can actually help with you.
Okay, be right back.
He runs back. You know that he's asking for a specific reason.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, family stuff. What was that? You wanted her to hack into them in 15 minutes?
Yeah, and Trillion can actually help. The Trillion.
Sapar. Okay. I'm gonna put their names under them. Give me a sec. So that you don't have to keep calling them by their race or their job title. Do you guys have access to their character sheets? Like, are you able to roll for them? Does anyone?
Not I.
Okay. If not, I'll do it. It's fine. Alright. They're all the names there, except for one. All right, everyone's names there. Since you have 15 minutes, is there anything you want to do in the meantime?
Can I visit the armory?
You may. You will find standard Klingon disruptor pistols, disruptor rifles, some grenades. It's obviously, you know, their favored swords and blades, but unless you guys specifically brought weapons, that's all you find in the armory. Unless you, like I said, unless you brought something aboard.
Yeah, I brought my weapon aboard, which is a standard Hirogen rifle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you would have yours, but the stock weapons are just Klingon.
So it would be like a Klingon plasma grenade, I believe.
Sure.
All right, I want to get like 3 of them, if I
Okay.
can carry them.
That's fine. Yep, no problem there.
I did bring my weapons.
All of them?
Yep.
Same here.
Okay, I assume you guys did.
Oh, we all did.
Because you automatically see I have a katana on me. My Romulan disruptor pistol. And a big ass rifle on my back.
By
With
the way-
brass knuckles on my fist.
By the way, what kind of weapons do you guys want? Didn't you get rid of one of your? I thought you got rid of one of your talents, or am I? Did I? Maybe not. But anyway, what kind of weapons do you guys want your crew to have? Do you want them to all have pistols? Do you want some to have rifles, others pistols? Do you want them to be unarmed?
They're 100% going to be armed.
Okay.
With the exception of the Q, right?
Yeah, I don't think he'll need one. I think he's
I mean,
good.
all he needs is a snap.
Well,
True.
Basically.
he's only got he only has 2 talents. All the NPCs have 2 talents. He has morphogenic mastery, so he can shapeshift, and he has time refraction, so he can control time. That's pretty much it. But I mean,
That's
being
very
able to,
helpful still.
yeah, he's still not gonna be any trouble as far as like getting shot at or anything. Like he can still do damage with those. All right, so everyone's got Klingon disruptor pistols, right? Except for the Q. Okay.
Yeah. And he's going to say to the Q, you can snap your fingers, and they can go into space.
Well, Envoy Dren 601 has the anti-Q pendant, so you have to convince him to let him have his full power. So he's good luck with that. You don't trust him.
Basically, he's going to say, he's going to pull up the lieutenant commander's rank, the species of the lieutenant commander onto Dren 601. He says, will you let him do it now?
Look, sir, Mr. Twin, this is supposed to be a entertaining endeavor. If we go in there and snap our fingers and disappear them, it's not going to be very entertaining, is it?
Nah.
But he puts up a finger. He says, "But if need be, I have a disruptor pistol." He shows us it, and he says, "I'll just destroy the pendant, and he'll be able to do whatever he needs." But keep in mind, the infamous Allegiance has this pendant for a reason. The Q are not. They don't like to be controlled or tethered. Even this guy, he kind of gestures to the Q Junior who's sitting at the pilot with like a crown on his head, looking like a weirdo, sitting at the pilot station. He's like, even this guy doesn't want to be here, so it's a good idea we have them under control.
I like his crown.
Good for you, I guess. But anything else anyone wants to do before the 15 minutes where you guys can hack?
Yeah, I would like to get a Klingon Maclith. It's like the medium sword.
Yep. let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and Mac, who did you wanted Vote and who else? Sapar, you wanted those two to run the scan?
Yeah.
All right. So her
Yep.
science is 3, Vote, and her reason is 9, so that's going to be a 12. If anyone has a reason in science that's greater than that, that'd be helpful. But let me see. Sapar, where did I not put Sapar? Oh, there he is.
Don't ask me to do it. I'm just looking at everyone. I'm not good at science.
Oh, Sapar actually raises his finger as you're talking to her. He says, "I'm actually better at scanning. I'm your ops manager." Yeah, his is a total of 15, so he would probably be better. Plus, he has meticulous analysis, which I need to look that up, see what that does. Pretty sure it has something to do with analyzing things meticulously. It's a benzite. When you encounter unidentified phenomena through sensors, you may immediately make a swift task without the need to spend momentum or increase difficulty. This task may only be used to attempt to analyze the preliminary data you have received.
He's gonna go over to Sapar and go, "You're my new best friend." Anyone gets on board, they're already dead. A long, painful death.
He just grins and says, well, if I don't shoot him with a disruptor first. So yeah, I don't think this would really help since it's not unidentified phenomenon, that talent. But he can still roll and probably do a pretty good job. So let's see. She will assist. I'm assuming you want your chief engineer to assist.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, did y'all... Well, you guys are starting this episode with 0 momentum anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'll just roll for him. 3, 4 successes. Let me roll for the ship. Move this up here a bit. There we go. Ships. We're going to go with computers, and it's all 3, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see what happens. So you have a total of 5 successes. So you manage. So I'll give you 1 momentum, and I will give you as much information as. And don't forget, you can obtain information with momentum or talents as well. So let me give you the information. If I can find it. All right. Major Killjoy is Nathaniel, the Metron. He actually has a pendant as well that keeps him from acting all of his powers. It is held by his weapons officer. So if you manage to get that power and or that pendant and destroy it, then that Metron would be no more a threat than your Q is. I mean, the Metron probably still has similar powers, like shapeshifting or but it can't just create reality or change reality like it used to. So you've got that on your side. Your Exo, Hell Knight Rokaroth, possessing a human clone. And the device that Kills is holding also works on the Zetarian. So more than likely it's the same device, relatively speaking, that Dren 601 is using against the Q. It's basically a power dampener, you might guess. So effectively, you don't want this guy, Mr. Kills, to be too far away from the commander or the XO, because then the power dampening would be less. So you want to make sure that if you try to kill them, you want him in the same room, basically. The weapons officer, sub-officer Kills, Megarite. He has a missing son named Skoke. So you might be able to use that against him. Maybe be like, hey, we found your son. And he might turn on his fellow people. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Chief Medical Officer Squire Beverly Cameron. She is part human, part Akali. she actually doesn't want to hurt anyone. She's there against her will. Everyone except for the 3 officers have brain nanites, which means if they do anything against the infamous allegiance, their brains can be deactivated, basically killing them. However, because she is a squire, she is a lieutenant junior grade, meaning she doesn't have a brain nanite, so she doesn't want to hurt anyone. So you could convince her to join you, and there won't be any ill effects on her. Now, she won't join you if she knows, like, if you kill a bunch of people, because the whole point of her is she doesn't want to hurt anyone. So she'd rather just die at that point. So you might want to try to get on her good side before you are forced to kill a bunch of people. The Binar 001 and 110. Like I said before, if one is harmed, the other will feel it. And they have brain nanites, which means, you could use that to your advantage. Not all Dren clones, but high-ranking Dren clones, especially the XO on that ship, and maybe you guys haven't really tried, have access to brain nanites of enlisted people and servants, so you could potentially deactivate people that way. Let's see, what's the other thing? The sensors operator is Tazirth, female Aurelian. She hates being on a cramped ship. She hates the ship in general. If you promise her, like, I'll take you to a planet and let you roam free, she'll probably give up and not fight. She doesn't want to be on the ship. She does have a brain nanite. However, she knows she's going to die on that ship anyway, and if she joins you, she'll still be on a cramped ship, so either way she loses. She'd rather get on a planet and then die from the brain nanite. So, let's see. And the pilot is Crewmiss Amarlia, species Komar. She has vision issues that have been corrected by a neural implant, which you can interfere with if you do good with sensors, or if you do something with computers, maybe some electromagnetic interference or something. This won't do anything to the nanite in her brain, but you could potentially fool the nanite into thinking that it needs to kill her or something like that. So that's basically what you guys know. If you need me to remind you in the future, that's fine, because I know that was a bit of information. But hopefully at least now you have a general attack plan of, like, how you're going to target them and who you're going to target first and stuff like that. And you will be within communications and sensors range in another 15 minutes. However, that is when Medic Rastar Knox walks up to you with a tricorder on the bridge, and he says, can I talk to you 3 in private? And he's talking to Huru, Storm, and Omega, the 3 in charge, and kind of pulls you to the side.
Yeah?
He shows you the tricorder, and he says, remember when we scanned that little girl that was supposedly Yazumi's daughter? Well,
Yeah?
yesterday, me and Vote were messing with the tricorder, just doing a traditional diagnostic, when we found something interesting. It looks like the tricorder was tricked to think she was human, but the scan also recorded a positronic and polyalloy construction. That little girl was an android.
Okay.
I don't-
So where is her real daughter?
Well, there's 2 possibilities. Her real daughter's dead, and this is just a something to keep her company, or her real daughter's consciousness was transferred into this android. Either way, I don't really know if there's anything we can do about it. I don't think it breaks any laws with the infamous allegiance. It's just interesting that our lives were on the line for an android, but that's just me. I'll go back to do my job. And he kind of walks away, and unless you guys stop him, he'll walk back to his console.
He doesn't stop him. But he for a slight second he it seems like he he's grown attached to the little girl, but and then he snaps back to, oh, let's go back to work.
So it was a replacement.
It seems so.
Doesn't seem
Yeah.
so.
Security Officer Zaval says the Daemon Elite is detected at an intercept course and they'll be in firing range in 10 minutes, sirs.
Let's get back to work. We got 10 minutes before the ship's in range.
Suggest we go to stealth.
He goes, Dren?
He looks up.
Stealth?
I'm fine with that. Just keep in mind the entertainment value. But we also need a plan. Are we just going to come out of, sneak up on them and start shooting?
I was thinking that we could be cloaked and then start targeting their systems, come out of cloak and start firing.
Most likely, I believe that it would be very entertaining to say, if it is meant for entertainment value, it would be logical to also pick apart at it slowly and methodically.
Yeah.
Much like a predator tearing apart its prey while alive.
You hear Dren 601 just start chuckling. You know what else? We could make this really funny. Since the cameras are going to start as soon as the two ships approach one another, we could stay cloaked and just approach the ship and then hover right above it, and then the cameras would start with us basically right on top of it. That would be cool. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be extra funny.
That would be great.
It would be a glorious battle.
For the hunt.
Matt, the operations officer, Separ, looks over and says, Sirs, it doesn't appear their cloaking device is working. According to these scans, it's been damaged in a previous battle. It looks like we're going to be able to get the jump on them.
Aww. That ruins half the fun.
So, the security officer, First Gunnery Sergeant Zaval, looks over and says, engaging cloak, and the cloak causes the ship to ripple. The red alert klaxons, the red alert lights dim, the room dims in general, and the ship begins to approach the enemy vessel. So you've got about 5 minutes.
Let's go and hover above.
Yeah, let us hover above.
Alright.
Target weapons.
Alright, I'll move you guys to the space page. Yep, so you guys are approaching them. They don't seem to notice at all. I will roll for security to begin targeting. It's going to be an control and security. Let's see how he does. What kind of bold security? Time manager. So he has bold security, so if you let him give me threat, then he can re-roll a dice if it doesn't work out. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, let's see what happens. Ooh, we got 2 1s, but we've got to also roll for the ship, so who wants to roll for the ship?
I'll roll.
Alright, it'll be sensors and security. And
Alright.
you don't.
Sensor security.
You've already got 1 success, so that's Mac, can you keep track of momentum? So far you're +1. Ooh, there's the complication. He gets to re-roll that. Go ahead and re-roll that, because he's got the bold talent, which allows him to also re-roll the ship. Okay, good. At least you got rid of the complication. So 2 momentum. Alright. So Zaval looks over and says, "Sir, we've locked on. Is there any specific subsystem you would like me to target, or are we just going to fire and hope for the best?"
Target their weapons, then target their shields. Come out of cloak.
He nods. Coming out of cloak. Alright. I'm gonna let... Actually, I'm gonna have Dren... Well, let's see. Alright, so you guys come out of cloak. That's not gonna require a roll. And he is going to fire immediately. This is going to be the first roll of the game. Or of the fight, I should say. Alright, you guys have 2 momentum. Do you want him to spend any momentum to get more dice? Or do you want him to give me threat and then be able to re-roll if he needs to?
Threat.
Threat?
Brett.
Alright.
Brett.
Alright, so here we go. Wow, 3 successes. Can someone roll for the ship? It'll be weapons, security. 1 dice.
Alright.
Already you've hit. It. Alright, +1 momentum, so you're at 3 momentum. And it just smashes into their you said weapons, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So whoever's got the character sheet open for the Untouchable Devastator, go ahead and roll for the weapons, disruptor cannons, and just click on that little combat symbol in the character sheet, and it should roll the correct amount of dice.
Oh.
Whoa. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. I don't know if they have that much stress. Let me check. Let's see. Whoops, I gotta change something in the character sheet. Alright, so their structure is not great because it's just sucks at the moment. Should be a 10, but it's not. It's a 9. Alright, so they're... What was it? How many was it? Was it 14?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4,
Otherwise known
5,
as-
6, 7.
Now that's a lot of damage.
10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they only had 13 shields, so you got their... Oh, actually, I might be wrong. Hold on. I forgot to include the scale.
Basically, as Phil Swift once said, now that's a lot of damage.
I thought the scale would add to that.
Weapons are melted?
It looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is you've got through all of their shields. That's so 14. So you know what? If you spend a momentum, you can make it 15, and that'll give them 3 breaches.
Yes. Do it. Do it. Yes.
Spend
Yes.
it,
Yes.
spend
Yes.
it,
Okay.
Spend it.
All right. So they have a breach in their weapons, and I'm gonna roll to see what else they're gonna have a breach in.
Ooh.
Since you specifically aimed for their weapons.
Poggers.
They have a breach in their sensors. And they have a breach in their sensors again. So, yeah, they're not doing great.
Poggers. Poggers.
So that means they can't sense us when
No, they're...
be able to.
Yeah, all they know is somebody attacked them, but they already know that you guys
They're
are
blind.
in a fight, so...
Yeah.
Basically, we just immediately just clawed their eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have no eyes.
Hey, look! Look! No eyes!
Alright, so they're basically adrift. Well, they're not adrift, because they still have their engines. So now, without shields, without weapons, well, they still have weapons, but they're damaged, so it'll basically just be harder for them to fire them. But they're basically going to just attempt to flee. Because you fired while you guys were at warp, they're actually going to come out of warp and get into combat maneuver. And I need another picture. That damn white one is annoying. I want one with a black background, so that makes a little bit more sense. There we go. even though it doesn't look as good. Alright. So they're gonna try to turn around and face you.
Alright.
But they've basically taken their action. Coming out of warp and turning to face you is their action. So, since your security chief led that action, it is up to one of you to go next. Or Dren 601 if you want him to give a direct action that would assist one of you guys. If some, because don't who out of you three, who has the best control security?
I mean, alright, I got a 10 control and a 5 security.
Ooh, nice. 50.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10 control and 5 security.
And what about you, Tolly?
Same, 10 and 5.
Nice. So just pick a random one of you. Now this is if you want to fire again. If you want to try to do something different, then you may suggest whatever it is that you guys want to do.
Drengers, you good with computers?
Who are you asking?
He's looking at Omega, and he's like, "You're good with computers? Can you fire one more?"
I am programmed to have that proficiency. I will do that.
Alright. I will assist with Dren 601 as he says, Omega, fire photon torpedoes. Alright, so roll control and security, and he will roll presence and command with an assist.
Dang.
Nice. And then Mac or someone, can you roll for the ship? It'll
I'll do
be
it because I'm the one rolling for the ship.
alright, weapons and security.
Yep.
Nice. Now, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. It's based on the distance. It's only difficulty 2, so that's plus 3 momentum. So you guys are at 5 momentum.
Yep.
Go ahead and click on the photon torpedoes comm badge button and fire some torpedoes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have the high yield. Let me see what the high yield does because I do not remember. Uh-oh. No, that's not. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, there it is. Alright, so high yield. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 with high yield. Basically, come on, there it is. The weapon inflicts massive damage to enemy vessels. If the attack inflicts one or more breaches to a system, which it will, it inflicts an additional breach. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 2 breaches. Because it has no shields. So you basically... Actually, yeah. 2 breaches. So let's randomize it and say 1 breach is on their communications. Second breach is on their communications. Talking is now out of the question. Well, for now. Alright, so now it is their turn. They are going to fire because they don't want to die. They're gonna fire their weapons. They're gonna fire disruptors. Oh, this is not gonna go well. They're gonna spend...
What?
I'm gonna spend threat to give them another dice. And their ship is gonna assist. Whoa!
What?
Look at it. 2, 4,
Oh
6, 7 successes.
Oh my god!
7 successes.
I believe we're screwed.
Why doesn't it have any attributes and disciplines?
It does. It just doesn't. It doesn't let you see it because it's not. It doesn't let players see it unless I want it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at your guys. I got a disruptors are 5. Okay, so it's gonna be same. Disruptor cannons. Vicious 1. Let's see. Whoa. 3, 4, 5. Oh my God. Am I? Let me make sure that that's right. Their security is 4. Yours is 3. That might be why. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
But it
10.
doesn't.
What's up?
Are you sure? Oh,
What's up?
I was just making sure.
Well, I just put in 5, which is what you guys have, and their security is 4, so it should roll 9 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a bit more than 9. I'll just do
Yeah.
the first 9. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically, the last comm badge doesn't count, or the on the first line. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14 damage. That's not good. So 4,
Damn.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Um, so you're going to take 2 breaches. Um, it's going to be random because they're just shooting to kind of. One's to your communications, and one is to your engines. So you can still fly at impulse. However, it's going to be a bit more difficult and challenging to do so. Does anybody want to? Well, since Omega and Dren 601 have acted, Tali and Mac, what do you guys want to do? Who wants to go next?
He's like, I want to jump on
Their
and
shields
take
are
their
down.
ship.
Their shields are down and have been down for a while. Your shields just went down, so that is a definite possibility.
He's like, I want to do it now.
All right.
Invade their ship.
So,
Let's
who's
go down.
who's going and who's staying?
I'll be
I'll go.
going.
I'll go.
Okay, so all the player characters are going. All right. So whatever happens on your ship, that's up to Dren 601 basically. All right. So you guys, I need one of you 3, whoever's the best at engineering and daring, to roll daring and engineering to transport over to their ship as difficulty 3.
Who's good? Who has? Because I have a 10 daring, 2 engineering.
So that's
I have
12.
10 daring and one engineering.
That's 11. What about Tali? What about Huru? Uh-oh.
And he's gone.
Welcome back.
10 and 2.
All right. So how about Omega? Since you're the android, you probably do better. And then I'll actually have an NPC assist you because they're gonna have better engineering with a 4 and a daring of 11. The ship will also assist Omega.
Daring engineering.
Yep. And then once
Got
you
it.
get over there,
Would
it'll be Huru's.
would my focus on computers help?
Sure.
I bet.
Alright, let's see. The ship is going to assist with computers and engineering. Alright, so 1, 2. You got your 3. You definitely should have spent momentum, but you got it. So you guys are going to beam over there. I'm just going to. By the way, where on the Valdor ship are you beaming to exactly? Where specifically do you want to go?
Engineering.
Engineering. All right. I'm just grabbing a map for that. Oh, that's not good. No, that's not good either. Alright, so I don't want that then. Cannot find a good map of an engineering for a Romulan ship. I know I used one before, but I didn't like that one. This one's interesting. I'll just go with it. Hopefully I can find it in my folders. Romulan console, no. Backgrounds. I'm just gonna have to. No. Man, guess I do have to download everything. Alright, just give me 1 second. Max, nope. Hey, oh, come on. Alright, so I'm gonna put you guys, as soon as it loads, over there. And you show up in engineering. There are, we'll say, 8 individuals, 8 engineers. 7 of them are Romulan. 1 of them is Riemann. But they don't seem to have noticed you immediately. However, that is about to change. Man, I cannot ever find any decent tokens. Alright.
Damn.
These things on screen are the engineers. I didn't make character sheets for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's them. They're busy doing engineering things. The Riemann is probably a guard, kind of just walking about. And I'm gonna say that for their action, because it's their turn now, they are going to attempt to get the breach that has hit their impulse drive. They're going to attempt to fix that, since they, don't notice. Oh wait, it didn't hit their. They're going to try to fix their sensors. Let's see how well that goes.
How it goes, huh?
Yeah, this is not going to go well. Let's see. They need a. Ooh, they got it. Oh wow, okay. They remove 1 breach from. They still have 2 breaches, so it's still going to be difficult to scan, but not as difficult. So now it is your guys' turn. Huru, you haven't gone yet, so if you want to go, it is your turn to decide what you want to do.
Is are some of the engineers like together or something?
I mean, it's a pretty big warp or engine room, so they're kind of just milling about. You probably see no more than 2 of them together at any given time. Most of them are just moving quickly from console to terminal to computer station to this and that, trying to get stuff done. I mean, they're in the middle of a battle, so they're not. It's not like they're all grouped together at one console or anything.
I want to take out the security officer.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
The security officer doesn't notice us yet.
Not yet, but he will on the next turn, regardless of what you do, because he's just patrolling.
Yeah, you might as well take him out.
I'm gonna shoot my my plasma rifle.
All right. It's going to be control and security, and you need. Let's see. It's going to be 2. Difficulty 2, but since you're in engineering, I'm going to use a threat to increase the complication range so that a 19 and a 20 will hit something critical.
A 13 and a 4.
All right. And what's your target number that you have to get under?
15.
Okay. Yep, you're I think it's Tetrion energy weapons that Hirosian use.
Yeah.
Hits this Riemann, and he goes flying over a banister, dropping his energy rifle. And at this point now everyone turns, drawing their disruptor pistols. Let's see. I'm gonna have them I don't have character sheets for them, so I'm just gonna roll. I am going to increase. I'm gonna spend threat to get another dice and aim at, well, Huru, because he's the one that shot first.
Nice.
6, 2, and 15. So that's 2 successes. And okay, and also, and you guys can do this next go around, but you can use your minor action to like take cover and move and aim and stuff like that, which gives you additional things that you can do. But at this point, 2 successes will hit. With his disruptor pistol, I'm gonna roll. His security is only a 2, but disruptor pistols I believe are 3, so that's 5 dice. I think you have armor. Does your character have armor that gives you resistance?
Yeah, erosion armor. It's not like cannon or anything, but I believe it would probably give like at least 3 resistance.
I mean, Starfleet armor is like 1 resistance, so I'll say 2 resistance is good.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens. Whoop. Gotta re-roll that one. It fell on the floor. All right. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5 plus vicious, so 6, 7 minus 2, which goes down to 5. So you're still gonna take an injury unless you spend a determination to get rid of it, or you spend 2. I think it's 2 momentum gets, or is it 2 threat? You can either give me 2 threat or spend 2 momentum. Do y'all have momentum, Mac or Nostra? Yeah, you got 5.
Yeah, we do.
Alright, so you got 5 momentum, so you can either spend 2 to get rid of the injury. You still take the 5 stress, but it doesn't incapacitate you. Or you can spend a determination if you have a value associated with this situation. Or you could just take the injury and be at a deficit as you fight. It's up to you.
I'll use the momentum.
Alright, so you guys are down to 3 momentum. And you still take 5 stress. Alright, so now it is your guys' turn. Omega and Storm, what do you do?
Storm hides behind cover, and he uses his Romulan disruptor pistol.
Okay. He's using a pistol?
Or better yet, he'll probably use his Better yet, he'll use his the Kaiser Tong. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Kazenti? The Kazenti rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has accurate.
He'll use that.
That has accurate, which means you can roll, I believe, any number of dice. So yeah. All right. And go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say, yeah, they haven't taken any minor actions for cover or anything yet. So, go ahead and roll. It's gonna be a difficulty 2. But like I said, you have accurate, which means you can re-roll any number of dice. Control and security. Oh wow, 4 successes. So you guys get 2 momentum, which puts you back up to 5. And this Romulan gets blasted. And are you aiming to kill or no? Oh wait, it's a Kazenti ion carbine, so it probably kills him.
Yeah,
1,
it's
2, 3,
vicious.
4,
So
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you basically vaporize this this Romulan, leaving 6 Romulans left. All right, one of them is gonna take aim at the. One of them is not taking aim at the Dren clone because that's suicide. He's gonna take aim at the robot and miss horribly. All right, Omega, your turn.
All right. So basically. So, looks like they basically got themselves a death warrant. Okay.
Basically.
I'm gonna quickly... I know it's gonna sound insane, but... my polyally construction, all the while with my Deadeye marksman capabilities, I would like to actually practically quickly set myself onto the high ground and basically. I'm just gonna. As a means to basically screw over their morale, I am going to snipe the guy who literally just horrifically failed to shoot me.
Alright. Control.
Asserting dominance, if I may.
Yep. Control and security, difficulty 2.
Yep.
Are you using a rifle or a pistol?
Rifle.
Okay, then it has the accurate quality. You hit. Go ahead and roll damage if you want. Or oh, there. Wow. Okay. Cardassian disruptor rifle. That's right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you injure him to the point where he collapses to his knees, crying in agony. He's not dead, but he's badly injured. All right. Now it is their turn. I'm just gonna, because I didn't say it before. They're gonna. I'm gonna say 2 of them are gonna like hide behind like some consoles to try to get out of the way. The other 3 are gonna move forward. You would notice that none of them are aiming at the Dren clone. They are aiming at the Herosian and the android. And I'm gonna say they're gonna take aim at the Herosian. And I'm running out of threat, so I'm not gonna. I'll just roll the 2 dice. Let's see what happens. Only 1 success, so the beam fires over his head, missing him. Alright, who's next? On your team, who hasn't gone yet? Anybody?
I think the Haroon. I think everyone went.
Okay, so Huru, it's Huru's turn. What does Huru want to do?
I want to go into cover, and I'm going to take the Dren clone with me, and we're going to hide, but I'm also going to let loose a plasma grenade.
Alright, that'll be control and security. It'll only be a difficulty 1, but I'm increased the complication range to 3, so 18, 19, and 20 will cause something bad to happen to your team.
Ha! 5 and a 6.
Nice. So you guys get a momentum. You're at 6 momentum. And are you throwing it at the 3 Romulans that are coming towards you, or are you throwing it at the the 2 that are behind cover further away?
The ones that are coming towards us.
All right. Roll. Let me see how much damage it does. I have the stats right here. I think it's like 5 or 6, but I want to make sure since I do have it. Let's see. Pulse grenade. Yep. It's 4 and has area. So area. You attack several targets at once. The attack automatically affects any character or tangible object within reach of the initial target, and then 1 additional target within close range of the initial target for each effect rolled, starting with the next closest. Okay, so all of them are affected. So go ahead and roll 4d6 and let us know what you got.
All right, hold on a second. 1, 6, 6, 1, 3, and 6.
Alright, so 1, 6, 6, 1, so that's 4 plus effects. So yeah, they all take 4 damage and are stunned briefly, but they're not injured, so they're just stunned. They've staggered away apart from each other now and apart and away from you. But now I'm going to say one of those behind cover leaps up and attacks. And misses again. Alright, so Storm or Omega, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my Kazinti rifle and take aim.
Okay.
This one right here
Okay.
to shoot him.
All right. You hit him. And I'm gonna say, you know what? That's a difficulty 1, so give you another momentum to put it up to 6, because he was staggered and stunned by the grenade from earlier. All right, so 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's. Do you want to kill him, or I'm guessing you're killing him, since that's the goal.
Yeah.
All right, he's dead.
Pretty much. I can't stun him
Yeah. All right, so
with the gun.
also let's see, 6 momentum. All right, their turn. I am going to spend a threat to give them dice to aim at Omega. Oh, 3 successes. That gives me back 1. Alright, so it's going to hit you, but it's only 5? Is it 5 or was it 4? Hold on. It might even be that many. Let me double check. Let's see, Disruptor pistols 3. Yeah, it's only 3. Alright, so 3 stress removed from your character, Omega.
Oh, damn.
Yep. Alright, so now it is either Omega or Storm's turn.
Storm already went, so it's Omega's.
Alright, so Omega, you just got shot. What are you going to do about it?
So, I have a question.
Yep.
Is there any place that I could practically exploit around the environment to practically completely fuck up these fellows?
I mean, you have coolant conduits and EPS manifolds and sparking consoles everywhere. I'm sure you could come up with something.
So, basically, I'm a Kerbalamo the coolant. And I'm gonna have that shit spray all over their goddamn bodies.
Alright. So you're going to do the data to the Borg Queen. Resistance is futile.
Yes.
And then bust it over. Alright, cool. I like it. So you're going to... are you aiming at the 2 that are close to you? Or are you aiming at
Yes.
the... Okay, so yeah.
Well, that's close.
Alright, so make that a control and security. Difficulty is going to be 1 because it's, you know, it's not like it's a person. Wow, alright, so give you guys a momentum. I'm just going to roll some d6 to determine how much damage that guy takes. And how much damage his buddy takes.
Alright.
Alright, so... This guy is burned. He's not dead, but his face is burned, his shoulders burned, his arm is burned. He's not any threat. This guy is burned a bit, but jumps back and is about to take aim. Now, I've got to go for 10 minutes to handle some family stuff, but you guys can talk about what your next plan is and what you want to do, and I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. Basically,
I still got 2 grenades left, so that's something.
plus my gun's been one-shotting him. Because it's-
Reese's Puffs.
Yep. So basically, I can't stun him. Basically, he has to. It's vicious. Doesn't have the stun factor, so it's like, oh, I have to kill him.
That's nice.
It's a long story how he got the weapon.
Yeah.
Can you give me the short story?
The short story is he had to drag in a dude who had the weapon, and yeah, he got it from there.
Did a little.
And he
troll.
made, yeah. And the dude was so bad at shooting, I don't even know how he could miss me that easy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes, sirree.
Yeah, and I made a friend of the planet that I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime that I go back to it, they automatically recognize me as a friend.
That's awesome. So, can we talk about tactical stuff?
Yeah.
So there's like what 3 people left that like can fight. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. We can't get the doctor on our side because we killed people.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. That's
What about
bad.
what about the regeneration thing?
Well, we can convince her that we can easily bring them back.
Yeah.
That might work.
We got the pro back. Because we had to do it with one of our crew members.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get to the planet next game, whenever
Probably.
that happens.
Most likely.
Yeah. Does
And we'll
anybody
probably
does anybody have like expertise in like engineering at all? Because like I don't.
I don't either.
Ooh.
I can go up to people and what?
Well, maybe we could like beam another person over that's like an engineer and help us. That's an option.
Nah, that's putting them at risk. We need to secure the ship first before we actually start doing it.
Sure.
Definitely.
If we lock
Oh,
down
yeah.
engineering, we could probably just make things very difficult for them.
If we can shut down the whole entire ship, it makes their life a living hell.
Exactly. We're in engineering.
Yeah, they literally would have to come down and fix it.
Mhm.
But what about engineering lockouts? Probably would be a factor.
Yeah.
If we manually have to what if we manually take it they have to manually start it back up. There's probably a manual way.
Yeah,
Which would probably require an engineer, though. Because, like, we all
Yeah.
don't have engineering qualities at all. Like, I'm straight up security.
Same as me.
Yeah, I am literally practically this interpretation of HK-47. If y'all know who that is.
Yes.
Eat bags.
Yep.
There's another option. I can start letting loose the last of my grenades in engineering and force them to come out, but that's kind of like the C protocol. Like, it probably would kill us.
No. No, not yet. I have an idea. He looks at the reactor and he looks at the grenades. grenades, reactor.
Exactly.
Yeah. Boom. Augers.
But we'd have to like get off the ship first.
Definitely. Because if we don't, because if we don't get out of the ship in time, we're gonna get caught in the thing,
Yeah.
and we don't want that to happen.
No, we'd probably die.
Exactly.
He goes, more likely yous will die. I won't.
So saith the Dren clone.
So say if the Dren clone.
Oh, I can live outside the in space. What are you talking about?
Understand, I do not have this organic capacity to breathe air, so I can survive in space as well as you do.
Because I'm part. I may look like a Drencloon, but he waves his arm like I got internal organs that are saying I'm got Tholian parts in me.
And I'm a motherfucking android.
Yeah, I enjoy. The Herosian would be dead first.
Definitely.
Way dead.
Absolutely dead. A floating corpse.
A bloated, spiky corpse.
Exactly.
He goes. Well, they thought it would be a good idea to experiment on me with Tholian DNA. And here I am. I'm just out of nowhere, like walking about. I don't know if there's any other Drantholian people.
But doesn't Tholians have like a heat kind of like they have to be in a hot atmosphere or something like that? I think.
I don't know. I don't know how my genetics works.
Alright, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Alright,
Welcome
so.
back.
We have a plan.
Okay, what's your plan?
Eat a grenade into the reactor.
Wait, what? You want to shoot the reactor?
No.
Yeah.
They want to yeet a grenade into the reactor.
The main reactor, like the warp core, the quantum singularity that powers the ship?
Yeah.
Alright, well, whose turn is it? Which one of y'all is whose turn?
I think it's. I already did my turn, so.
It must be Huru's then. Because I think
Yeah.
it goes Mac,
Yeah, it's probably me.
Omega, and Huru. Alright, yeah, if you want to throw your grenade, I guess. Control security, difficulty 1, complication range 5. So basically a 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 will be bad for your group.
Well, first I want to contact the ship to beam us directly out.
Okay. You'll get Dren 601 on the line. He says, yeah, we're ready. Just give us a signal and we'll beam you out.
All right. Now,
Prepare to
everyone,
expect a boom.
Roger that.
everyone, come close.
Yeah.
Let's beam out of here. I let loose of my grenade over to the warp core, and we beam out.
Alright.
Yep.
Roll control and security. 2 dice. You just need 1 to succeed.
I've got double ones.
What? Alright. That means
What
you
the-
guys are at, let's see, that's 4 successes. You just need, so you have 8 momentum and 1 bonus. And you guys beam out.
Can we add?
What were you saying, Matt?
Can we add the bonus to the damage?
Well, let me roll the damage first, and then I'll, because it might not matter, but It's let's see. I think it was 4. Was it 4? Yeah, it was 4 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. If you want, you could say it's 8 damage, but either way,
Yeah.
as you beam onto your ship, the ops officer Sapar looks over and says, "Sirs, their warp core is going critical. Orders?"
He goes, evacuate far enough distance so we don't get sucked in.
Zaval, the weapons officer, says, "We could beam their bridge crew into our brig so that we'd have prisoners
Yes, prisoners.
to hunt." Ha ha ha.
So,
How
Yep.
do you like it,
Do y'all
Dren?
want to do that?
Dren? Do you want that?
Dren 601 just shrugs. He says, "I don't care. I just don't want to die. So let's get us as far as way we can. Whoever wants to man the transporter can beam out whoever they can get a hold of."
He goes, let's get them into the brig.
All right. So this is definitely going to be, first of all, I'm going to roll Q as the pilot. He needs to get the ship away far enough away to not die, basically. Control and con. Does anyone want to roll for the ship? Engines and con. I don't think do y'all have a breached engine?
Yes.
All right. So instead of a difficulty
be
1, it's going to be a difficulty 2. Do y'all want him to use
Yeah.
any momentum? You have full
Yes.
momentum. Okay, how many?
3.
Alright, so he's going to roll 5 dice. Alright. Oof. Someone roll for the ship. Engines, con.
I'll do it. Hold on. Give me a second.
2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So the good news is you succeeded. The bad news is he has a 20, which is a critical fail. So
Okay.
as soon as we know what the
So
ship roll.
what's the roll for ship again?
Engines, con.
Got it. Engines con. Got it. Engines con. Rolling. Go.
Alright, so you have 6. So that gives you, what I say was difficulty 2. Hold on, let me do the math for the momentum real quick. 5 momentum plus, so difficulty 2 is 6, so plus 4. So you have 8 momentum and 1 bonus.
Can he re-roll that?
With you spending the 1 bonus?
Yeah.
Sure.
Re-roll it.
Alright. Wow, he got a 2. So that just gives you 2 bonus momentum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so I will say that you don't have to beam. You don't have to roll to beam. If you just want to use those 2 bonus momentum, you can beam whoever you want from the bridge crew. Although Q and Dren 601 recommend leaving the Zatarian and the Metron back there to die
Yep.
because they're just too much
Agreed.
trouble. Alright, so
But
go ahead, Matt.
yeah, we're gonna leave them 2 there, and we're gonna grab the rest.
Alright, you have now 5 crew members of an enemy vessel in your brig, and as you warp away, you see on the view screen the Valdor class vessel start to break apart before it implodes into a black hole. And oh, I just thought of something.
What?
What do you want to do about the weapons officer kills, the one that has the pendant? Do you want to leave him on the ship or bring him with you in the brig?
Bring him to the brig.
We're gonna leave the pendant there. Sorry.
No.
What?
If I will say, if you take him away from the captain will get his full powers back, and he will be able to find
Yeah,
you.
that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's the
thing.
problem. Yeah, that's why I want to actually keep the pendant there, but I want to take the weapons officer. Is that a way I can do? We can do.
You can, however, you'll have to spend 2 more momentum to do that, or you'll have to roll for it. Either way.
I'll be willing to spend 2 more momentum to do that. so that them two can go down.
Does anyone agree?
If you guys
Disagree? Because if you take the pendant on the ship, then they will have their powers back, and they'll be able to come.
Yeah.
So if we take the pendant, can we control them?
No.
You can control them once they get to you, but it depends, because right now the weapons officer kills of the other ship has it, and so basically as long as that pendant is in range of the Metron and the Zatarian, you would be able to, but that is still a big unknown, because they might not come after you directly. They might go somewhere else first. They might return back to the Infamous. They could do a whole bunch of other things before coming after you again. So ensuring their death, you would have to leave the pendant behind.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I'm suggesting to leave the pendant behind so they can die. So don't.
Yeah.
Yep,
No
that
consequences.
would not only that, but being as you didn't directly kill them, you won't be charged with anything. It's basically considered the warp core breach happened and it was an accident. So basically, you won't be charged with treason.
Yep.
Nice.
So 6 momentum. You still have, and you guys are at your maximum warp at the moment because of breach. The breach is warp 6, but you're still a lot faster than they are, and you are heading towards the Breen colony of Vrith. And as you guys are at warp, on all of your consoles, you see in big red letters, "Congratulations, you are the winner," and a big happy smiley face. A typical yellow smiley face, and Dren 601 looks at his armchair and says, as it beeps, he says, "Guys, we're getting a message from the Cursed Necropolis."
Okay. He puts it on screen.
All right, you see. Let me grab it. The Commodore, Commodore Whitewash, as well as the infamous Dranar and his constant companion on screen together, and the Commodore is like grinning and kind of clapping happily. He's like, "Good job, you guys were very smart in the way that you did that." However, the infamous kind of looks a bit disappointed. He doesn't say anything. Who wants to respond? Anybody?
Dren doesn't say anything. Storm doesn't say anything.
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing to be said.
I'm gonna roll for Dren 601. Maybe he'll say something. Let's see. Oof. He says, "Hey, I mean, I'm a diplomat. I shouldn't be having to do these kind of crazy challenges. I've worked my way up in the infamous Allegiance or the infamous Allegiance. And I feel like this is a huge waste of time. We have work to do." And the Commodore on screen looks really shocked, but the infamous just kind of stares at him with like no expression. And Dren 601 is just like, I just think it's a waste of time. We literally wasted half an hour fighting one of our own, and we have, what, 5 prisoners? What are we going to do with them? Come on. He looks around like looking for support from Storm and Omega and Huru. Like, come on, this is ridiculous.
They could be a part of our crew.
Reclamated.
Yeah.
I say we feed him to the Targ on C deck. The infamous's face disappears off screen as his connection is severed. But Commodore says, "All right, listen up. Dren 601, you are a diplomat, but I don't think you should be sitting center chair since you clearly cannot handle command of a military starship. And Omega, Dren, Storm, you two are the same rank. So I'm gonna flip a coin, and whatever it lands on, is the one who's taken his place as the senior commander of that ship. And Envoy Dren, you will only be working as a diplomat off ship or with other species. You are not going to be any longer in command of that ship. And he rolls. Oh, I guess I should say who's what. Storm, you're going to be high. Omega, you're going to be low. And it's low. So Omega, you are now the captain of the. What's the ship called again? I could never. Oh yeah, the Untouchable Devastator. As Dren 601 reluctantly stands up and groans and moves to the back of the bridge. Omega, you does Omega take the center chair?
Yeah.
All right. And
Stone just laughs
and the Commodore
when he says,
go ahead.
when Dren 601 has to get up and give it to Omega, Storm just laughs.
The Commodore says, and Omega, if you screw up, Storm's taking your place, and I'll probably disassemble you and send you to one of our facilities to have you examined and repurposed.
Understood.
Well, that's all. Good work, everyone. You will, Huru, Omega, and Storm, probably not 601. You three will be up for promotion after this, after you finish your mission on Vrith. Commodore whitewash out, and his face also disappears from the main view screen.
Storm goes, did you notice that the Goldmaster was upset?
I have noticed.
As well as
So-
I.
So it wasn't just me. Oh,
You are not hallucinating.
yeah.
Alright. Alright, so let me just look through my notes real quick. Sapar is disappointed he couldn't spread his plague. He suggested he complains that you should have taken him with you guys.
Oh, we could have spread the plague to him.
Honestly, we should have considered that possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all had a lot of possibilities that you didn't consider.
I mean.
I thought you were gonna take over the
What?
ship. What happened? what changed your mind? You just love your Klingon bird of prey too much?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the bird of prey is just looks very based.
My fault entirely.
Oh, was it your idea?
Yep.
I was the one that threw the grenades, so yeah, kinda.
It was my idea.
Well, as you guys are approaching, you're still like a couple hours away from the colony. You get a distress call from the colony saying that the Breen have attacked and are bombarding their cities from orbit in retaliation for them succeeding from the infamous Allegiance and the Breen Confederacy. And that's when the signal dies.
What the heck? What? I wasn't supposed to-
From whom? Wait, hold on. What is it?
Ain't we supposed to be doing a diplomatic talk with them to get them back?
Yep.
Why are they bring? Why is the? That's just caused us a big more problems. It's going to drift them more further apart.
There is a possibility that during our transit. What? What the?
What?
Oh, nothing. Something just happened. So there could have been a likelihood from which our targets from which we were originally supposed to diplomatically resolve this situation may have taken up arms. Or perhaps potentially the Confederacy might have wish to try to take their situation into their hands, thus complicating our own mission further.
Can we actually contact the brain ship?
The one that's doing the attacking, you can try.
Yeah.
Is y'all's communications working, or is it they've been breached?
There's only one breach.
Okay, so it'll be a difficulty 2 instead of a difficulty 1 then.
He looks at the ops officer. Can you get the brain on the screen?
Give me 1 second. I'm just putting your prisoners in roll 20. So he says, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Ops is veteran warmaker Sapar. He is gonna do some. He's gonna do some reason and engineering. Do you want him to spend any?
Ship.
Yep, ship assists with communications and engineering. Do you guys want him to use any momentum?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are down to 5 momentum. He got 3 successes. Alright, so brings you up to 6 momentum. So yeah, the screen is staticky. You can see a Breen, the Breen helmet, the traditional Breen helmet on the screen, but it's very staticky and you can barely hear what they're saying. The universal translators aren't working very well. It's that typical like thing that the Breen do. But ultimately, you figure out the Breen is wondering why you're contacting them. So Omega, you're in center chair. What do you say?
But actually, I look over to while the comms are being set up, okay. I look over to Storm, and I gesture hit over to take a seat real quick.
Okay, because he's a Dren clone.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you say, Storm, when they say, "Why are you contacting us?"
He asks who gave the order to attack the colony.
Our commander.
Well, we got orders by the Godmaster himself to go and do a diplomatic solution.
This is an internal matter.
Into
we will handle our fellow citizens as we see fit.
Oh, are you not? You're disobeying the Godmaster himself?
We are not disobeying. We are simply interpreting orders the way we deem necessary to keep control over our people.
He hangs up.
Alright.
He goes, he definitely is disobeying orders. We had orders.
And the fact that they are disobeying the Godmaster himself, it is definitely a cause for concern, but also, from a practical standpoint, their actions would be qualms for enslavement.
Yeah. So that means... He looks at Dren 601. He says, what's your point of view on this?
He sighs, shrugs, leans his back against the bulkhead in the back, and just says, well, this isn't exactly, something that doesn't happen occasionally. This happens quite often. The Dominion did it on the Cursed Necropolis. Their faction there wanted to take things into their own hands, and that looks like the Breen want to too. Sometimes, that happens. We just traditionally the infamous Allegiance deals with things like that very harshly. Like destroying the Breen homeworld, that kind of thing. I guess it just depends on what we want to do about it, since we were the ones tasked to handle the situation.
Would that ship have nanite people wearing nanites in it?
You mean the brain nanites?
Yeah.
The brain, not usually. Since the brain have decided to join the Infamous Allegiance, they are considered quote unquote citizens and not slaves, so they don't need it. They're not enlisted soldiers that work directly for the Infamous or his Dren clones, so they don't need it for that. Basically, if a ship has decided to go its own way, it's just destroyed. The problem is, any ship capable of bombing a planet like that Brain cruiser is going to be way more powerful than this ship. If we had the other Valdor class vessel, that might have helped, but at this point, we would not stand a chance, even if we were cloaked.
He then goes, we either report this back and see what the Infamous thinks to do, because we would be destroyed. He would go back to this position, so he gives Omega.
Okay. Out of character, can y'all give me some ideas on how I'm gonna word this? Because I'll be honest, I'm not really good at wording the.
That's okay. What are you thinking?
Informing the Godmaster about this whole informing our higher ups about this whole situation.
You do? Are you want to do that, or you don't want to do that?
I'm not sure. Like, I'm on the fence on this whole.
See, if we don't.
Yes.
Storm goes, if we don't inform him and let it happen, we're gonna be in trouble, and yeah, there's a catch-22 to these things, so we might as well tell him, break the news to him.
Very well.
Just bluntly tell him.
Okay. Can y'all type down some what I could state as a. If that's okay.
If I can think of a way to put it, yeah. And
Okay,
so are you advocating to tell him or to not tell him?
I believe that we have no other option but to inform. Take the best course of action in terms of this circumstance that has arrived.
Alright, so it seems that you guys are on board with letting the Infamous know?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright. I'll have Ops Officer open a channel. Give me 1 second, I just gotta...
Okay, out of character, please, I really need to figure out how to say this.
What are you trying to say? I thought you already said it.
That was Storm.
Yeah, that was Storm.
That's this is Omega who's asking.
Yeah, I thought Omega already said it.
Out of character, I'm asking because I need help in wording it, and I don't want to accidentally fuck ourselves over because me, out of character, don't know how to fucking word shit.
I understand. So you're trying to figure out how to say stuff as a captain of the ship to the Infamous, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, let me think see if I can type something out real quick in Gilded. Let's see.
Yeah. Storm Omega would know how to say it, but Nastra doesn't know how to say it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, in character, he knows. Out of game, I have no fucking idea. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down. Let's see. Alright, so I posted it in Gilded. If you want to say those exact words, or if you want to say something different along those lines. But yeah, it's there.
Alright, alright. Patch the Godmaster through.
Godmaster's on, and you see the Infamous's face appear on screen. But he doesn't say anything.
Godmaster, we have detected a distress signal from the Green Colony Verth. A Green cruiser has been bombarding their cities from orbit. We are preparing to engage.
You see it looks as if he's mulling it over for a few seconds, and then he kind of looks almost disheartened. And he lowers his gaze, and he shakes his head, and he says, "Return to the Cursed Necropolis. We're dispatching a dreadnought to take care of the cruiser. We will, additionally, send the Cursed Necropolis as well as your vessel to the Breen colony to determine what exactly is going on once that Breen ship is taken care of. But you're no match for that ship, and it would do no good for you to go on a suicide mission after you did so well today. So, rendezvous with the Cursed Necropolis," and he sends coordinates. He says it should be there within the hour. Are my orders understood?
Understood, Godmaster.
Good. And he doesn't say anything further. He just disconnects the signal.
See.
Roger,
It was the
we are to turn around and rendezvous with the Cursed Necropolis.
Q
Set a course to these coordinates.
Q begins to set a course. Says, "Aye, aye, Captain," and ship heads back towards the Cursed Necropolis. Is there anything that you guys are going to do on the way?
He goes, it was the right decision calling the Godmaster Omega.
Yes, it was.
It would have been also a waste of resources as well. Both the manpower as well as the capabilities that could be incorporated into this armada.
Yeah.
It was a logical decision.
Because I know we weren't going to be a match. Our ship isn't capable to take on that type of ship.
Currently, it is ill-equipped to handle such things. Eventually, over time, we would have the ability to do so. Or perhaps a brand new ship to withstand such a situation.
One day we'll get our brand new ship with a better crew. With more crew, I should say. Not better crew, more crew.
Yeah, when you say better crew, Separ just looks over like, "Hey, come on, we're doing the best we can."
Yeah, I'll prefer to keep you, because anyone who thinks it's okay to jump onto our ship, they get...
You just love me for my plague.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep you around, because you're gonna be, like, the best friend for us.
He's just gonna sit with you in the mess hall, eating and drinking coffee and stuff.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna ask the GM emulator something. Chaos is 6. I'm gonna ask it if the Cursed Necropolis is jumping to your location. It'll be there in an hour, but I want to see if anything happens. Anything specifically negative happens to your ship. I'll be generous and say very unlikely. Ooh, extreme, yes. Literally rolled a 9. Damn. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So,
Wowzers.
You know what? I put away my notebook because I thought I didn't need it, but let me see if... Because, I have an idea, actually, what could happen.
Go on.
I have an idea. So, let me just find it. Apparently, I the wrong section. Okay. I'm still in the wrong section. Alright, there it is. No. Okay. Yeah, that might work. You get a call. I'm going to say that Squire Rastar Nax, your medic, is probably monitoring the prisoners in the brig along with Zaval, who's actually, who's your other security person? It was a Bajoran, I think. Yeah, she's also
Yeah.
guarding. But they're in the brig area, and you get a call from Nax saying, "This is Nax to the bridge. We've got a problem with the Binars. They have connected with the neural implant in their pilot, Marlia, and they're gonna overload the brig's force field with an explosion. Orders."
Oh, great.
On my way.
Alright, Dren 601 says, maybe I can go with him and convince him not to be so stupid.
Yeah. Convince
So,
them. Please. Dren 601.
Alright, so you guys get down to the brig, and you find, actually, let me actually see if I can, I'll use the space one. We don't need it anymore. So you got Corporal Norel Ola is guarding, and the doctor is kind of scanning them from the outside. Krumis, Marlia, and the two Binars have connected to her neural implant and is attempting to overload it to assist in their fellow crew members' escape. As Huru and Dren 601 enter, you can hear the pilot, Marlia, shouting at them to stop. She doesn't want to die for the sake of a couple other officers or loyalists to the infamous allegiance, just to have them escape. Dren 601 walks in and says, hey, come on now, come on everybody, let's talk this out. And the doctor walks up, Dr. Knox walks up and says, we've already tried to convince him to stop. This thing will overload in about 30 seconds. 601 turns to Huru and says, any ideas?
Yes, let us fire at them. Maybe that will stop them.
Dren 601 shrugs and takes a step way back from the brig and says, that can't hurt. He kind of grabs the Corporal Norrell and pulls her back, and the Squire, the medic, jumps back. The Corporal presses the buttons to lower the force field to allow the Herosian to fire. So yeah, go ahead and roll control security. I'm going to say difficulty is still 2, but the complication range is 3, so 18, 19, or 20 will cause a negative effect.
A 5 and a 7.
Alright, which one are you aiming for? One of the Binars or the girl?
I recommend the Binars.
One of the Binars.
Alright, you hit. Go ahead and make a roll your dice, which I think was 4. Oh wait, I think it's 4 plus security. Hold on, let me double check. Because you threw grenades last time, you didn't really shoot that often. Let's see. Disruptor rifle, 4 plus security, and your security's 5, right?
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, 9 total d6. And just tell me what you get, and I'll write them down and figure out what they are.
1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 3 plus an effect. So you hit one of them, staggers it. A scorch mark of energy across the side of its temple. You have definitely you haven't injured them, but you have made it so that they're diverted from their current course of action. Being the force field is now down, Armalia, their pilot with the neural implant, runs out. Not in any particular direction or towards any particular person, but it seems like just trying to get away from the Binars. And then the other Binar, the one that's not been shot, just charges at you. I'll let you decide what you want to do, Huru.
Well, I want to attack the Binar that I was just attacking.
Even though the other one is between you?
No, the one that was not injured. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead. Are you shooting or melee? This thing is unarmed.
Melee.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could probably take it down easily with melee. Alright, so daring and security, and are you using your mechlith?
Hand-to-hand combat.
Alright. Daring and security, and it's going to be opposed, but it needs to roll pretty low to actually do anything. Like an 8. Yeah, it gets 0 successes.
Oof.
So you just need 1 success.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Does a 5 and a 6 success?
Yep. So you're at 7 momentum, and you. How do you take him down melee style?
Punch him in a snot box.
So yeah, that puts him on his ass pretty quickly. And the corporal moves in and detains the pilot, Armalia, throws her in a different brig, and then moves into and says to Uhuru, "Sir, we can contain them. We should put them in different cells."
Good idea.
Agreed. Put them far away.
Alright.
Put them into different bricks. Make sure that they are unable to contact each other or have any sufficient amount of contact to ensure that this kind of attempt would happen again.
Alright, so the 3 of them are separated. The Binars are just close enough to not be incapacitated by each other's absence, but not close enough to do anything with any electronic equipment like they just did. And Dren 601 walks up to Huru, puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Good work, mate. Let's go and get some coffee or something."
Only blood wine for me.
Of course, sure. He just shrugs. Yeah, let's go do that then. And he leaves. Alright, I have all this threat that I just still have accumulated. It went up, it went down, it went up. I'm gonna spend the rest of it to have 2 Starfleet vessels, because you guys are at warp 6. 2 Starfleet vessels try to intercept you and hail you.
And what do these Starfleet people want now?
You get a message, regardless if you answer or not, from the commanding officer of one of the ships saying, this is Captain Reynolds of the starship, let's go with the Galaxy. It's a big ship, one that you guys probably can't defeat. And he says, "We have registered your ship as a stolen vessel from the Klingon Empire. We are ordering you to cease your functions and allow a boarding party for inspection, or we will tractor your vessel. Comply or respond immediately."
Do they really?
What is the highest warp we can go?
At right now, warp 6, because your engines are breached. and nobody has been ordered to fix them yet.
Engineers, repair the engines ASAP. We're going to have to go at maximum warp.
Alright, let's see if she can do that. We'll give it control engineering. Does someone want to roll for the ship?
I'll roll for ship.
Alright, it'll be
And he goes,
computers engineering. Do you want spend any momentum?
Yes.
yeah.
Alright.
And he goes, Spear, can you help the chief oh,
Who are you asking?
Spear.
Spear? You mean Sapar?
Paul.
Yeah,
He
he'll
goes,
assist.
Sapar.
He's like, yes sir, getting on it right now.
Okay, what should roll for ship?
Computers engineering.
Got it.
Since the engines are damaged, they're not going to be of any assistance. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. I'm going to say you needed 3, so that gives you up to 8 momentum. And the engines are... We'll say that, because it would realistically take some time to do that, that they'll be online soon, but not now. What do you want to do in the meantime? Do you want to try to stall the Federation, or do you want to try to fight back, or what do you want to do?
He goes, message down to Dren 601.
Well,
Yes,
he's back.
Dren
He's back
601.
on the bridge. He's like, yeah, what? I'm
he
right
goes,
here.
We need you to talk your way out of talk the talk to the Federation.
Oh my God.
So,
What do you want me to say?
To hold back the Federation from attempting to tractor beam and attempt to board our vessel while we are repairing the engines.
Oh, fine. Give me a view screen to look at. Now, am I supposed to pretend like I'm me or somebody else? Like, what do you want me to say?
Do what is necessary.
All right.
Be yourself.
All right. God. All right. So as soon as the view screen comes back on, and now you can see the captain of the other ship, just a human male. Then you could see, and he could see a Dren clone. So obviously they know this isn't a bunch of Klingons. And Envoy Dren 601's like, "Hey, buddy, we're not in Federation space. You are way out of bounds here." And the other captain's like, "Yeah, well, we're exploring, and we just so happen to find a ship that was reported missing years ago. So we know that now you are a member of the infamous Allegiance, and therefore we only ask that you allow us to inspect your vessel for contraband or illegal weapons, and then we'll let you go. Since you are technically a part of a different organization, we don't have any actual jurisdiction over you, as long as you're not carrying illegal weapons or contraband." Dren 601 looks over to you, Omega, and Storm, and now who's just entered, and he's like he's trying to figure out what you guys want him to say.
Hey, don't you have that little talent of yours, Storm?
Which one?
What talent?
Oh, nothing.
He has a
Oh,
bunch.
man.
He has some good ones, but I don't know which one you're referring to.
You know, the one that either gives out threat or momentum to get answers.
He's got radiation burst, immune to vacuum, menagerie, which I still don't know why he uses, or why he has. When in your private lab, which you don't have, you automatically receive the advantage. Weapons and monsters increase the complication range of any by 2 when the advantage is active. I don't know what that advantage is. And crystalline telepathy. Yeah, so I don't know which one of those you're referring to.
Never mind. I assumed that Mac had well informed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me check Dren
Okay,
601.
but honestly, is it possible if I just give you momentum so just in case? If so, then we could probably find a way to know.
So you want to spend momentum, for Dren 601 to be able to tell them basically to, leave them alone and then have them go away?
I mean...
Yes. Tell them to fuck right off.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll roll him a presence and command check as he turns around and he says, "Look, it doesn't change the fact that you are outside of Federation space and we are not in Federation space. We are heading towards the Breen colony, which again is not in Federation space. So I would just like you to let us go so that we can conduct our business. It's diplomacy. I am an ambassador. I'm sure you know me because everyone does. So yeah, that's me. Just let us go. Everything will be fine. Besides, our mothership is going to arrive at any moment, and you definitely don't want to deal with that. So what do you say?" And you could see the wheels on the captain's face turning as he narrows his eyes and thinks for a moment. And he says, "This area of space is going to be Federation within a few days. I suggest you don't make it a habit of passing through here again." And then the screen goes black and the two ships pulls away and veers off and warps out of there. And that's when your engines return back to normal.
Good.
Nice.
Thanks, Dren. Thanks, dude. You really saved us there.
He shakes his head and he's like, "Ugh, I don't deal with the Federation that often. I don't know if you could tell."
The Federation seems very too uptight.
Yeah. And
Although I'm not,
Ugly
although I'm
creatures
not,
worthy for prey.
although I'm not created to feel these kinds of things, it seems that they are insanely boring to deal with. Too much red tape.
Ops Officer Sapar looks over and says, "Sir, we've got the cursed necropolis is approaching," and he says, "Recommend we come out of warp."
Yeah.
All right,
Because out of warp.
out of warp, and yep, you're back at the mothership, which puts us pretty much at the end of the game. I was trying to I kept spending threat and rolling to see if anything really crazy would happen to be a cliffhanger, but to be honest, I hate cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too, but it depends.
yeah, it's got to be done right, and I think in games the problem with cliffhangers in role playing games is you often completely forget where you left off, which basically just makes it really annoying to deal with. So I'd rather end here. That way we could start the Breen mission when we come back in a few weeks, and everyone has had a chance to think on on things and how they want to deal with things and how they're going to approach things and all that good stuff. I definitely didn't see that happening with the enemy ship. You guys just blowing it up. I thought for sure you guys were going to try to take it over.
My fault entirely.